the better part of me showing here.
All right, thank you for being here. We got Ken Beveret and just the commission, and Bear and Hilton. I guess we'll go ahead and start with you, Ken, if you have something for the commission, so you don't have to trudge through our regular agenda here. If you want to go first, you're welcome to.
I just had a couple of questions on roads, since that's where we are. The first one is on Sawmill and the fencing being put up back up to protect the McAfee site. I was wondering where that was on the road agenda.
So I went up and looked at that, and that fence along the entire property's down, not just where it looks like equipment went through it. Like that fence is in disrepair along the entire property.
Yeah, well, you start up by where the gully goes, just past the McAfee site. A lot of those are BLM stakes, I call them. And then it comes down into the wood ones, which are directly in front of the McAfee site. All I need to know is if the county's gonna do anything about it. It's just a yes or no.
I just have a hard time fixing a fence that looks like it's been down for decades.
Okay, so that's your stance
That's
on
my
that?
stance, because it doesn't look like we went through the fence. It looks like the fence was already down and they had plowed over to it.
Yeah. Well, the mud is on top of the fence post, which is when they,
Because the fence was already down.
okay. So the county's not gonna do anything, no?
Not at this time, no.
Okay. And then the other thing, other question I had, was on, a road that is up by me, and I won't mention its name. How do we get on the, list for doing repairs? Or are we better off, just hiring somebody to do it and then taking money out of our R&D funds?
For Martinez.
No, I didn't say that.
Now, what kind of repairs are you talking? What kind of
Well, I know what
repairs?
you're talking about, so.
Yeah. I
How
got-
major a repair are you talking about?
Well, it was a really bad repair
Down at the bottom?
down at the bottom.
Yeah, that needs to be, Bear's talked about that before. That needs to be dug out. And
But what's happened is the neighbor was doing their road and they had a lot of extra, so they fixed a lot of the bottom part. But there's potholes and places where the water has gotten onto the road and destroyed the west side of the road. And then there's potholes all the way up to Arrowroot.
So my guys will be out patching hopefully tomorrow. So I'll have them go take a look and see what we can do.
Okay. And if they go all the way up to Arrowroot, there's a couple of potholes but I think the major repair to it was done and they just did it for nothing because they had extra
Asphalt, yeah.
asphalt, so that was kind of cool.
Did it turn out okay?
It'll last through the winter and then it'll be gone in the spring.
that's true with most truck holes anyway.
Yeah, well, I'm
That's the nature
almost
of
at
it.
the point where I think the lower part of Martinez Gulch Road needs to go back to gravel.
Yeah, I had to make a executive decision on that at some point. The asphalt guy called me and said, we got this asphalt, need to dump it,
Yeah,
do it now or not at all. I'm like, oh, not really our road, but if you can patch some holes, go for it. I'll take the blame.
well, no,
That's
that's, I
not gonna
mean,
hurt it.
we've had individuals doing that all along, which has been kind of nice. And this makes the one side so that you can at least have a section to travel on, so.
Good.
That was good, and don't ever second guess doing that.
Yeah, we should,
Somebody wants to try to repair it, yeah.
you know, we should do dust pods up there at some point.
Yeah.
Maybe.
There's asphalt there.
Maybe.
Is that chip sealed? Is that all?
It is chips.
No.
All the same thing.
Yeah, I saw it chip
Okay.
seal, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been chipped a couple of times now.
So. The only thing I can think of, well, is the snow runoff of a lot 19, Dowling's property that goes over the road and then just wipes it out in the spring every year. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of at the point where we need to pave up to the fire turnaround. I mean, that might be worthwhile. Anyway. So tomorrow they're taking a look at it and.
Yeah,
I mean,
But you're right, maintaining that chip seal surface on that road is really expensive.
oh, yeah.
You know. And you haven't got many properties that are paying into that fund, you know, so.
Yeah, I'm gonna check with Ginger to see what the balance is in the account.
Last time I looked, it was like 30-some thousand.
Yeah, which I think should take care of the potholes, I would think.
Yeah, you got a little bit of winter repair to pay for, some half of the,
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Winter meetings,
Half of the
yeah.
Snow plowing and sand.
half of the sand.
That's all I need to know. I won't take up any more of your time, but it's okay if I stay here and spend quality time with you.
Absolutely, you betcha.
yeah.
Thanks for being here, Ken. All right, Bear. What do we got happening?
Well, just, like always, some requests for grading. A couple of them are roads that we just did, so they're not gonna get done. I'm not sure where some of these complaints are coming from, but I go and drive these roads and they're in pretty good condition, barring where they're at, so it's. We can't make highways, super highways. Our roads are in okay shape, but it was so dry out there the last couple of months that a lot of what we graded is washboarding or kind of having some issues, but. The ones that we got requests on over the weekend, they're really not in bad shape. I think they're just expecting them to be better, so. We also had a phone call. I'm trying to figure out how to respectfully reply to this gentleman, but lives on Corbin Road, just right near the intersect or the entrance to Meadow Lark. And he claims that there's a lot of people sliding off the road and going through his fence every year, not just recently, but over the past few years. And I guess the sheriff's deputy told him to call us because we'd go in and put in some guardrail.
Really?
We're not gonna do that.
Yeah, that's nice of them.
because I'm not gonna repair it every year, plus it's on a straightaway, so I don't know how people are going off the road into his fence. So, but yeah, the thousands of dollars it would cost us to install and maintain guardrail is just not something we're prepared to do.
Can you put rocks on his property side or? That's what I see
On
a
the
lot
backside of
people
his
do.
fence, sure.
You
Yeah,
can put rocks.
he can do whatever he wants.
I've seen that a lot where people go off the road all the time, they stack rocks or put big boulders there, so if they go through, they hit the rock.
Do a lot of damage to their vehicle.
And I'm just
yeah,
not sure
yeah.
exactly where he's talking about, because the only house in the area of the address that he gave me is a new construction house that's not even done yet. So I'm not sure. I couldn't find an issue where it looked like a car had been going through a fence.
A lot.
Yeah, so.
When you say the new house, is that down there before Corbin or?
Yeah,
the
you know,
one
there's
down there?
those two houses right there by the Meadow Lark entrance.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if that's the right address because it's not marked, but there's no other houses between there and Corbin, and based off of the address of the other new
I
house,
see
it
what
would
you're
be
saying,
right in
Corbin,
that area, so it's. I'm not exactly sure of the exact location, but there's nothing there that. There's no houses between Meadow Lark and then, the doctor that lives on the corner there. I can't remember her last name off the top. of my
One reason I
head.
asked, the other side is you go up through Corbin and then there's that one house, but I think it's just above that house, where it comes down by where Grimsrud's at,
Yeah,
upper,
and I'm not sure,
but still.
yeah, but it's still
Sure
not
speed's a
something we
factor.
can. I'm
Coming off,
sure
yeah.
speed's a factor. But we don't have any guardrail other than on bridges in the county, and we intend on keeping it that way unless we
Yep.
find magic pots of money somewhere. Just some updates of what's been going on. It's been a little kind of hit and miss with all the holidays and guys taking vacation the last couple of weeks, but a lot of winter prep up north. We've been getting our salt sand delivered in and getting that started, getting the plows ready to go. A lot of ditch and culvert maintenance throughout, but especially in the subdivisions, we found a lot of culverts we didn't even know existed in Forest Park that have been buried for probably a decade.
Wow.
Some with spillways out into private property that we went and talked to all the landowners and said, hey, this is what we're doing. They were all thankful because it's gonna help hopefully relieve a lot of the water running down, like Whitetail and Antelope and some of them other roads that get a lot of issues up there.
And Blue Sky, yeah.
Blue Sky and Forest Park, and a lot of them, yeah. So hopefully that'll help. They did do a bunch of patching last Thursday, got that refilled, and then it's still warming up, so hopefully the weather will cooperate. We'll be able to finish that up tomorrow. Older guys, they were both gone last week on vacation, so we didn't get much done, but we did get the Muskrat Road graded. Just the lower portion up to the cattle guard just below the houses there. The rest of it wasn't that bad. They're out doing some winter prep today, getting delineators and snow poles and object markers on all of our phone boxes and other high risk areas put up and prepping plows. They did do a bunch of patching around here last week as well. The Whitehall guys, we got a little bit of grading done and then helping Boulder. Easton's been out sick for almost 10 days now. He's going into the doctor today, so hopefully he'll get some answers. I got Jim out again today too, so. Just some other highlights. As you see, Sean Zimmerman turned in his 2-week notice about a week ago. He worked last week and then he's using vacation to do some family stuff this week. So he's done working with us, but his actual official last day will be this Thursday.
How many years did Sean work?
About 8.
Is that all?
Yeah, about 8 years.
Is he off the north side?
Yeah. So we already have that position posted in the paper and the website, so it closes December 6th. So hopefully we can find somebody in the first round. But he didn't tell me what he was going to do, but I did receive an email from East Helena, want a background check or something on him, so I imagine it's something with them. Mentioned at the last meeting, we were looking at some updates from Kathy Thompson on the status of replacement grants for Boulder Cutoff Bridge. She says that one is probably a long ways out. She says that they're being really slow with decision-making processes. They're not even ready to start accepting proposals on it. She said, go ahead and do the rapid repair now while we have the funds, because the other stuff may or may not happen and we don't know if we'll qualify. So I got with Great West last week and had them resend me the task order. I've got it here for you to sign. Their portion of that was about 49,000, but that includes the initial visit and prep work, the environmental work, bridge repair plans, all the bidding process, and the construction administration. And then again, most of this will be covered under that grant for reimbursement. So shouldn't be too big of a deal. I just got to refresh my memory on how we go through the process again, because it's been a year since we've talked about it. But
You guys good with signing that?
Be bad.
I think it's all free money from the state for quick
yeah,
fix.
it's all part of that quick fix or rapid repair bridge program.
$50,000 of quick fix money?
That's just Great West portion. We're getting 180,000, I
Wow.
think was the total project estimate. I think we initially put it at like 118 and then the state came back at 180.
They get 50,000 to re-engineer a bridge that's already there.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just, you know, why does this stuff?
It
cost
does
so much
also
money?
include
You know,
all
it's
the
just-
administration during the project, so we don't have to go down and check on it every day. They handle all that for us, make sure
Yeah.
everything's going right. Plus, there's gonna be a bit of environmental with it. You know, with that bridge being the only access to those houses on that side, we can't really shut it down in the winter time. So it's gonna need to be a summer project, which then runs into issues with the mud swallows that nest on the bridges. So we're gonna have to end up netting the bridge and pressure washing nest off before anything nest in there in the springtime. And so there's quite a bit of other stuff that goes with it that Great West will be taken care of. So,
Mud swallow.
yeah. Nothing real important, but we did order some supplies to get that. We've been talking about a fence there at the shop here in Boulder between us and Family Dollar. So we're gonna, instead of contracting the fence, we're just gonna put it in ourselves. So we did order some supplies, get that done hopefully this winter. We're getting a lot of people cutting through just the dirt portion, the ditch between us, almost hitting the trucks and equipment coming through and getting to be kind of a bit of a nightmare. Plus, we're getting a lot of their delivery trucks coming in and thinking they can go down through our yard and get back around the other side of the store. And getting to be kind of a nightmare through there. So we're gonna get that put in with a gate.
With a gate.
We're not gonna close the gate during the week just because there's so many of our guys coming and going with the different departments, but we'll close it on the weekends. But we'll be able to put some signage on it that tells them.
Shut down that snooping on the weekends.
So that's the big thing too, yeah. Hasn't been a real big issue recently. Haven't been seeing a lot of people on the cameras, but it's always. Somebody always thinks they can come help themselves to sand and gravel in the winter time, so. And then we did reschedule our safety meeting from last week to this Thursday at 7 o'clock, just with all the guys we had on vacation last week. It wasn't real feasible to do. So, we actually get a full week of work next week and then another holiday.
Is the season.
And accident free for how long?
Don't. Jesus.
Yeah, that's, sorry.
We're
I take
going
it- I take
on-
that, I take that back. Yeah.
June of 2020 was our last reportable incident. We've had a couple minor scrapes,
I
cuts.
don't
tweaks,
I don't
but
mean to
nothing-
hate you. Yeah.
We haven't had any reportable injuries. So
Good crew.
Well, I've got a great crew.
They're learning.
I just
Mhm.
don't like doing paperwork, so we just ignore it. No, our guys are, it's been great because our guys are really conscious about it now. They're looking out for each other. Trying to make sure we're all being safe. We're not getting into situations or trying to do jobs that maybe there's a better way or a safer way to do it. Slowing down a lot has been the big one with just taking our time to do the process, right?
I think that's true for our general experience overall. I think even the sheriff's office has been
Yeah.
better than usual,
Yeah.
and solid waste.
Countywide.
Always, yeah, doing a great crew,
Yeah, everybody's been doing just great.
He has.
We got, how much was our refund from state fund? $40,000, on our work comp, and we only pay 100 and some thousand, I think, for work comp, so.
Compared to that first year when our mod rate went up and now you've seen a drastic decrease every year in the budget, so it's been nice.
That helps immensely. Plus it keeps our guys safe. That's the most important. part.
Yeah. So that's kind of all I got right now. A lot of irons in the fire, a lot of little projects, a lot of little things we're working on, a lot of administrative stuff, but hopefully we don't have any more TV filming going on for a while.
I didn't hear anything about it besides people.
I found out this morning that apparently they had closed Whitetail down at the fairgrounds. And
I
they
heard
weren't
that,
supposed
too.
to do that.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They weren't supposed to restrict access to Little Boulder. It was
Right.
supposed to be after Little Boulder, so it was
Right.
causing issues with the dump.
Right.
And if I would have known about it Saturday, I would have gone and said something, but I didn't find out till this morning that was going on. But
Yeah, that was a bad day for shutting that part down. That's a. dump
yeah,
site.
it wasn't supposed to happen. They knew full well that Little Boulder was supposed to have been open, but
Still letting them through though.
they were, but they were making them wait.
Wait, yeah.
It was
Yeah.
taking quite a while. and it was
An hour
quite
or
a
a
hassle.
little
and-
more.
An hour?
That's
Yeah.
what one told
Waiting
me.
an hour?
They came up to the counter. Yeah.
30 minutes. Even that, it shouldn't be more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think legally it's 15, but.
That was patrol. They were working that day. That's why they shut her down more. In the county the next day that I found out because of two separate entities.
Why did they shut it down?
They were filming a new TV show.
Oh, the filming deal, right,
It was
right,
supposed to be after the Little Boulder Road, so that
right,
shouldn't have
right,
affected that.
right.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we would have done things a lot different if we would have known they were gonna close it there.
Especially on a dump day.
Yeah,
And hunting season.
Some people were just jazzed to see
Nobody
the
complained to you?
zoning
not to
process.
do, but
complained.
it was all over Facebook, that's for
I
sure.
talked to Sheena and she said nobody really complained about it much either.
I
couldn't call you guys.
If I had got stopped for half an hour, I'd have been screaming.
Extras in the movie.
Yeah. So,
Guys got anything for Bear?
Do we have minutes for?
I have not.
We do, they're on my desk.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't get through those yet.
That's fine. I have none.
I went and drove Corbin Road yesterday. I was on my way back from Helena, so I went up there and the repair that you did from the, transfer station up to the bus stop looks awesome. That's probably what I would have thought the project would have looked like when we first started. I don't know if you've been
I
up
thought
there
it was
lately,
rough, but
what's that?
I thought it was just as rough as the rest of it, but,
Really? I mean, it's solid. It's like,
oh, it's all solid. That whole
It's,
road is solid.
yeah, it is a solid piece of road.
yeah, we might have to go up there as a group and just look at it, cause I mean,
Yeah.
what we've got there, to me, looks good, you know.
Yeah.
From there up, it's rough and there's gravel and washboards and potholes and stuff, but for the most part, from the,
I don't see a
like I
lot
say,
of
that
that
section there
myself.
looks a lot better. I don't know why it takes a rain event or a natural
just more moisture in the ground, because that's what that product does, is it grabs that moisture and holds it there and it finds it better, and
That's what you said this morning.
yeah.
If
But
we can,
it's,
if we can get past that fogginess that we get after we apply that stuff, I think it would be great, but.
well, I don't know that we had that this time. I know they had mud on their vehicles, but I don't think it was,
Too much water in the first application.
I think it was, just a little bit of the residual fines, but I don't think it was any more mud than you would have gotten driving down any other gravel road.
Yeah, there was a little bit, I mean, but we're looking at the whole road, not just that section of it, you know, so, and there's loose stuff on the road past the school bus turnaround, so. But yeah, I was very happy with what it looked like on that part we repaired up there. I thought that looked great. I mean, even just for a base product, if we, whatever we do on top of that's gonna be wonderful.
You think that loose stuff would get pushed into the ditch pretty quick, you know?
It blows off pretty good.
Yeah.
We did get complained about a guy getting his windshield chipped, but that's gonna
Bear
happen.
As
got it.
likely as
I think
getting
Bear
on the
got that
freeway,
too, yeah.
Oh, I know, I get them all the time on the interstate. But
Yeah,
Me too.
we could have chip sealed it and they got more rock chips.
right,
That's
and dust.
I've learned how to use fingernail polish and
Fill it up.
fill them up, yeah, to keep them from expanding, the crack from expanding. Till I get it replaced.
Did you figure out anything on Cataract Creek Bridge? I asked you last time, you hadn't looked at the email about what repairs needed on that, do you remember?
It's, I went up there and looked, it's just like, object markers, and it's nothing major, nothing structural. It's-
Structural, okay.
No, it's just, I think the one needed a little bit of timber work, and we've already been planning on replacing the deck on, or not the full deck, but the runners on those lower bridges. I went up and got a list last week for runners on the Basin Creek Bridge and those bridges, and we're gonna get some timbers ordered, so we can do that this winter.
Good.
Yeah, it was nothing structural, it was like one of the, they call them curb posts and the object markers, and there was a couple little odds and ends, but nothing major.
Nothing structural, that's good.
Yeah.
I went up hunting a little boulder yesterday and saw the tank traps there. They're settling in pretty good. I mean, they're steep, but they're
The ones right
passable
there
and
at
full
Elder
of rock.
Creek, man, it's, that first one is a doozy.
Is it?
The last time I went up in the work truck, it was rolling boulders out from under the tires.
They're loose in there, yeah.
Yeah, the big thing with that one is I've had two different guys on dirt bikes tell me they've crashed there because rocks rolled out from under them.
Yeah, they're,
And so I've got to set up a meeting with BRD and talk to them about it, because that's not right. Shouldn't have been
not.
done that way.
I don't know why they've got like 3 crossings now for Elder Creek.
There's about 5 of them right there.
And they hired a
I mean,
con,
those hard
Yeah.
crossings are
Yeah,
like.
and they hired a contractor to do that?
I guess.
Oh, yeah, but you know, it's federal government. They went low bid. They just came in and pushed rock into what was there and left.
That's about right. Instead of fixing the problem, they could have got it back in the original stream bed. They wouldn't have had to do those first 2, that they got a nice big one where Elder Creek is, but.
Yeah.
What a mess.
And then the next, one of the ones higher up, you know, it eroded about half of the road away, so it's half the width of what it used to be, and it's pretty tight through there now. And yeah, it's not good. I'm
Probably not.
about ready to just tell them, you know what, it's ours, we'll do it, now we'll fix it the right way, but I'm not impressed with what they did.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I pulled that rock out. And part of us fixing it the right way at Elder Creek, though, is something's got to be done there, the campground out of the right of way, and
Yep.
we'll need
In
their
that
blessing to do
campground.
it, because it wouldn't be hard if we had the right equipment, but we would need their blessing, because we would be working in the creek and
On
in
their
the
property.
their
out there.
property, yeah.
Yeah. Take all that rock from the road and harden the banks along the Elder Creek,
That's kind of what I would do, is just push a lot of material back in there, because there's not much to putting that creek back in its channel, you just gotta block the other ones.
that's right.
So it's not like it's a lot of work, but
Well,
it still looks like a disaster zone up there, and it's getting worse because they're letting guys go, and their rumor is they might be cutting their road department, their road budget, so. Yeah,
Do they
where
have
they
a
would-
road budget?
well, yeah, they've got Jeremiah as their road foreman, they had like 5 or 6 guys at the beginning of the summer, and I think he's down to 2 or 3 now, including him. And it sounds like they might make that a permanent thing. And he's like, there's no way they could keep up with 2 road guys in this entire forest.
Don't they do that most off seasons, on most winters, they shrink down?
Well, they do. They're talking permanent. He had a couple of guys they had to let go because they had a hard time coming to work on time. But he says the way they're talking with their budget is that it might be a 2-man crew permanently. There's no way that they could,
That's why I say, watch out for Phil too, guys.
hopefully maybe things will change with other changes that are coming, but
Then they pull them all off during fire season. I mean, that's what,
Yeah.
6 or 8 months of fire season, you don't have any road guys, right?
that was the hard part. The entire grading season, they were gone fighting fires, so. Yeah.
Good. Anything else, gentlemen? Think everything's going pretty
No,
good?
everything's good.
I don't know if there's any way to do anything more grading on Corbin to get any farther with that. I don't know if the weather's gonna hold out. or
I
it's
don't
too
think
cold.
so. It's looking at the weather this morning after Thursday, it's gonna be down in the 20s and 30s for a while. And
Yeah,
it's getting cold enough at night. It's freezing hard. And
Stayed warm last night, but yeah, it's been cold at night, yeah.
we just need to get a good snow and get some snowpack on there for the winter. They won't notice it.
A little bit of moisture would help too. So when I was driving up there yesterday, there was dust. I don't think it was in that first section, but after that, it was throwing dust. Not a lot, not like you'd see on a regular dirt road, but a little bit of dust, so. Those people are right on the road. Those new houses are like 50 feet from the road. On the windward side, but. But no, I was really glad to see what the road looked like up there yesterday, so I think we're heading in the right direction.
Good.
All right, thank you, Bear.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Have a great
Thank you,
day.
sir.
You too, thank you.
We'll do it when we go over today.
Have a good one.
We'll have one, that's for sure.
Mr. Mike,